Every year, the IRS says Americans should file their taxes early. But this year, the agency is telling millions of Americans who received emergency release from their state to pump the brakes. It's affecting residents in 18 states, from California to New York. The agency is telling taxpayers not to file until it can issue guidance on those state-issued refunds, possibly as soon as next week. For more, I want to bring in Jacob Bogage. He's a business reporter for the Washington Post who's written about this. Jacob, what type of payments are we talking about here?
We're talking about two things. One, some states issued stimulus-type payments to help consumers ward off record inflation, but they also issued larger than usual or one-time tax refunds on everything from property taxes to state child care tax credits. And the IRS needs to figure out, are those taxable or not? And if so, at what rate? And they haven't quite figured it out yet. So they're telling everybody, pump the brakes. If you're in one of these states, please do not file your taxes yet.
So as someone who's done their own taxes, this is making me sweat just hearing you talk about this. Why is there confusion on this question?
That is a great question. And I think there's two answers to that. One is it's an accountability question for the IRS. A lot of these tax laws have been enacted months in advance. The IRS, it's not like this snuck up on the IRS. So there does need to be some accountability at the IRS about why don't they have their act together on this yet. The second is that depending on what the intention of the state legislature is, these things are taxed differently. If this was related to the pandemic as a public health emergency, that's probably not going to be taxable. But if it's related to inflation or it's an economic adjustment or even a tax refund, those are taxable at a federal level. So it's not a one size fits all. It really depends on the intention of the state legislature.
And what should one do if you've already filed and you're in one of these states?
If you've already filed and you're in one of these states, as weird as this is going to sound to hear, sit tight. And you might not actually have to do anything at all, because the IRS on the back end might be able to calculate some of this stuff as a math error. It will send you a notice and say, hey, we did some calculations for you because we thought they were wrong. Unless you want to dispute this, you don't have to do anything. But we need to keep our eyes on what the IRS has to say, which should be coming either by the end of this week or next week. They'll have some guidance out on what to do if you're preparing your own taxes or what to do if you're using tax software or a tax professional to help you.
And taxes are complicated enough. So if you are in one of these 18 states, you got to keep your eyes open for this, and whatever the answer is, how much more complicated is that going to make it for anybody who lives in these 18 states? And then I'll tack onto that the question of what about people who didn't receive special payments? Are they going to have their refunds or their taxes held up in any way as a result of that this year?
I'm going to make it more complicated for you, John, because it might not even be 18 states. We could be talking up to 22. It depends on some of the technical definitions here. This is why geeks like me, there's never been a rabbit hole we don't like. In terms of if you didn't get a payment, you should be fine. If you're in one of these 18 states, maybe, or 22, depending on the list, maybe sit tight right now. If you're not in one of these 18 states or you didn't get a payment or you were not even eligible for a payment, you should be fine. The IRS filing season so far, we are so early in it right now. Performance has actually been pretty good. Around this time last year, we were talking about a massive backlog of tax returns. They've reduced that by 90%. So the IRS right now, this early in the tax season, things could change, but is actually looking pretty good. They've just got to get this issue resolved.
Jacob Bogage, thank you for helping us through all of that. It sounds tricky. We appreciate it.
Thanks, John.